We have an unexplored world of dinosaurs for you. Pacifis returns, and it also appears we have Weather Painter along with Malice and so much more. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The world of Foolish Burial a Monster from your deck returns with some dinosaur stuff. I mean, hey, you want to pay half your life points, mill off a misc to, I guess, try to start combo? This is kind of interesting. I don't know. Yeah, you know exactly what you're doing with this. You're going to send something from the extra deck to the graveyard, and then you're going to move on along with your day. You know, I gotta say out here, being able to use the Ryuji cards out here in combination with some of this, mill power also, let's call it what it is, your field spell, gets to add any dinosaur. So, you got to think about it like this. You're able to toggle in for the Oviraptor. You get any little piece of your combo that you're going to need to kind of start the initial combo run for you to do your thing. And then the rest of this is just full massive dinosaur combo and go. Like, what's your opponent supposed to do? You send them back to the Stone Age with this. Very cool. Next up here, we have Pacifis. So for those of you that have been looking at the primordial stuff, this is one of the cool things that you'll get to do out here. Being able to have the Spiral Serpent up here be that big boss monster you need. One surprising thing to me was this build's not playing Megalomasher. I figured that you'd be, crazy to be grabbing a Megalomasher to be able to do things. No, actually, I do see we're also playing Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi out here as well. Hey, free negate out here when you control a normal monster. I don't think a lot of people really consider this, but it also deploys a free thing from the extra deck as well, so quite possibly an extra little body on the field for you to do your thing. You also get to see, the Dominus cards doing what they do best out here, putting these huge swingers on the field to try to control your opponent so, you can do exactly as you need to do, which is just win the game. To be honest with you, outside of that, I think there's a lot of cool things to be said about this list, and I like everything that I'm seeing here with this. Next up here, Weather Painter. So this is from the Just This Cup. It's a very fun Chinese event that is ran out here that actually is meant to showcase some of the more fun side of the game. You do have something like Battle Fader in here. You do have the one skill drain, which, painters would be choosing to play that anyway. But basically, you're going to be using all of these stepping stone cards in this deck to make, standard Weather Painter board. You got Dante down here. You also have Crenosaurus. That's how you can tell that this event was designed to be a little bit more fun for the player base. And I think that's fine. You want to have certain cards out here and certain interactions that players can actually get the chance to have and be able to have fun with. Like, that's what this game is all about, is, some of the fun aspects of things that you're able to bring to the table and just see what you can, kind of see, what result will stick. All right. And I think this is a good example. Ooh, we also have Malice. Now, this deck has been going through some of the biggest innovations in the OCG. This build actually kind of breaks a lot of the mold. We have not seen any builds up until this one that have been trying out Dimensional Fissure. Being able to have that floodgate up and running to punish your opponent, the mass macro scoop up vacuum of nothingness out here, forcing your opponent into this very unfun situation's pretty good. And then, of course, Fool Wars out here also has kind of turned into this big old spectacle. This card has really started to shape the game. Like, it's kind of crazy, especially when you're able to stack up multiples of these. Your opponent just stares at you and goes, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. You do you, honestly. This is probably one of the best things you can have. And the Dominus Impulse as well. Both of these cards are so game warping in the things that they bring to the table. Like, it's nuts. All right. We also have some Praying Kids for you. I know so many people love this deck. It's actually so cool. But, with current TCG time rules, the TCG can't really get the chance to enjoy this deck on, the same level of the OCG would. You do see here Nemesis Flag with Escantos, of all things. We're not even trying to abuse Protos. We're just choosing to go with the Escantos. Actually, we have the Protos down here in the side deck, which I do think is fun. You're also playing a copy of the Ultimate Exodia. Now, the reason why you choose to play this is actually essentially allows you to reset all of your resources back into the deck and be able to have this little extra special summon. That's the biggest thing we've always used this for, was I can reset my resources It's a free extender to be able to put on the field, and it's meant to put your opponent into like kind of this bad position overall. I mean, the card does a fantastic job at what it needs to do, so I'll take this. I think that this is going to be a very, very, very strong contender here. And then we have the power of 6 Samurai. Now, this build is playing the Rescue Hedgehog. I actually forgot this existed. You can banish this card you control, special summon 2 level 3 or lower monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as each other. 1 normal and 1 effect. Oh. So you get access to, you know, Chamberlain and, you know, Uriza, for example, out here. This actually kind of turns this on into a starter, so you can do things. I also see, yeah, we are playing the magical midfield breaker out here so that you can do your thing and be able to turbo through, punish your opponent. 3 of the battle shogun. Yeah, all this is just 6 samurai abuse. You know, using your 1 gateway to generate all of this crazy advantage that you can, and then just have your opponent go, oh, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, duelist. Offers handshake as you proceed to, you know, attempt to soft loop me, even though this deck's not even doing the soft loop, but just putting huge bodies on the field and going. Hello, red reboot. All right, what else we got? We also have the current state of Branded in the OCG, but this is actually kind of cool. This build is actually playing the Azamina package. So, you know, as much as we like to dog on the Azamina package and go, yeah, it's not like the greatest thing in the world, here's the thing, alright? The Azamina package puts this Omni on the field at a small cost of, what, 4 cards built into the main deck here. I think that's the crazy thing about this, is having this built into the deck just assures you that you're going to be putting this stupid pressure on your opponent so that, you know, they can't really play the game. And that's actually fine. Also, yeah, they get the chance to play Expulsion out here. You know, there's no gimmick puppet in this, though, so you're not even technically being that much of a troublesome duelist to your opponent soft locking them. Like, it's all just Easyville from there. Okay. Ooh, we have... Oh, there it is. We have the Chaotic Allure Queen showing off, you know, some of the little toy soldier interactions in here. You also do have Engraver and Friends, and we are getting the One Allure Palace. I love this. I love the fact that the Chaotic Allure Queen actually exists as a card. I think this card is so cool in its design. I've always wanted, like, a good Allure Queen, but I think that this is actually a really good step in the right direction. And guess what? More Azamina package. This Azamina package is actually playing the Rosalgo and the Silvera. A lot of people I've noticed have been kind of going a little bit away from the Rosalgo. I don't know what's kind of causing that idea, but to be honest with you, I kind of get it. It is a good card, but at certain points it does feel a little bit more dead. And I think that's fine. You know, you kind of got to make some of those calls to kind of adjust what you're trying to do, but okay. I mean, whatever ends up working out, right, at the end of the day. All right, next up here, we have Generators. I think this is the coolest thing in the deck, seeing the 1-up Dark Bribe in here. Well, I mean, your whole point is, like, you're going through the boss stage shenanigans. You want to be able to deploy those boss monsters to try to inconvenience your opponent, which is pretty good. And then, of course, you know, the big guys here, you know, being able to have these extremely strong cards to punish your opponent, always going to be very, very good. And then, of course, we're playing the Kujikiri Curse in here. Hey, send a free level 9, draw 2. It unclogs your hand from the bad bricks out here. Or, you know, at least gets another one down in the graveyard for, you know, depending on what you're trying to do here. But outside of that, extremely good control deck, extremely fun. I mean, you take your pick of which rank 9 you want to throw at your opponent. I do highly recommend giving the 9 lives cat, you know, some action out here. It truly doesn't have 9 lives, but, you know, that's fine. Little tech choices out here to see what you can do. And then our last list is actually Exo Sisters. Wow, the sisters are back at it. You know, we don't really get to see a lot of Exo Sister action anymore. The game's gone more towards the banish pile right now, which kind of puts Exo Sister in this extremely weird position for people going, huh, you know, like, can we get some revives and stuff on this? You know, like, what's the action gonna be here for whichever direction that we want to go? And well, your answer is yes. I'll be honest with you. Only having 2 Sagitama, 1 Arutama is a little bit weird in here too, but you know what? It gets the job done, honestly. So what do you think about the action for these decks? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.